back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around and hit that subscribe button. Yes, I still got the Christmas tree up. I know Christmas is over, but I'm not ready to let it go. Makes me happy, so we're gonna keep it up a little bit longer. But today's video is going to be an informational video, so it's going to be a lot of talking, and it's going to be about a topic that I get asked about all the time. It's probably my #1 most asked question. You guys have commented this question, DM'd me, messaged me on Facebook, emailed me, so I'm finally going to address it. I've talked about it many times, like sporadically in different videos throughout my channel, but today's video is going to be dedicated to the topic of how to market your business and gain more clients, specifically bridal business. But all these tips can apply to any kind of business in the beauty industry, but I do get a lot of questions about how to get more bridal clients and more wedding gigs, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I actually have my laptop here and I have a bunch of notes because I don't want to miss anything. So if I'm looking like down or over here, it's because my laptop is right here. So like I said, this is pretty much my most asked question. I'm gonna give as many tips as I can, but do keep in mind, even if you follow all of these tips, getting clients and getting a bunch of wedding gigs is not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of, basically work, energy, money. Like it takes a lot, so don't expect it to happen overnight. I think that's sometimes what people think, like, oh, if I do all these things it's just gonna happen. Like, no, it's gonna take some time. Just be patient with it, but you will get jobs over time. If you think of all the well-known brands that we use on a daily basis, you know, those brands didn't just get popular overnight. You know, it took a lot of marketing and just a lot of money for those brands to even get noticed. And now, yes, they are very big, and yes, I am comparing huge brands to like a small little freelance company, but it's the same type of concept. It takes a lot of time, money, and marketing to get noticed, and same thing for a small business like a bridal makeup artist. You know, it's going to take time, money, and energy to get noticed. So I'm going to move on to ways to market your business. #1 would be obviously be social media. So the main ones would pretty much be Instagram and then Facebook. That's at least how I market, or those are the social media outlets that I use for my business. I would say Instagram is probably the most popular, and I probably get way more clients through Instagram than I do through Facebook, but that's obviously a way to market yourself, is on social media. Then there's websites like the Knot and WeddingWire, which I'll get into those a little bit later, but those you know, are other ways to market yourself. Then you have Google Ads. Then you have Instagram ads or Facebook ads. And then bridal styled shoots are also a great way to market your business, which again, I'll explain those a little bit later. And of course, just catchy posts on social media. So posts that are going to catch people's attention. And aside from them just catching people's attention, also good quality posts. So good quality photos. You can post a million photos of a million different clients, but if they're not good quality and they're blurry and they don't really showcase your work the way they should, then people aren't going to really notice them. You want to focus on the quality of the content that you're posting. You don't want to just post to post. You want to actually put up quality content. Alright, now that I have told you ways to market your business, I'm going to give you a little bit more information on each way. So like I said, social media is obviously a great way to market your business. Instagram especially, but I do recommend having a Facebook as well, because I actually do get clients through Facebook. It's just not as many as Instagram. Instagram has become a very popular way, especially for brides, to find vendors. I've noticed that the last probably like 2 years, a lot of brides now find their vendors through Instagram. Whether it be they just post on their story, you know, to all of their friends, hey, you know, do you have any vendors to recommend? I'm currently wedding planning. And people send their recommendations that way. A lot of times brides find you through hashtags, through tagging a venue that you worked at. A bride can find you that way. So for me, I use a lot of hashtags when I post, and I hashtag a lot of venues in my area that I've either worked at or want to work at, or basically just I tag as many venues as I can. And a lot of times brides will find me that way. Let's say you're doing a bride at, you know, a local venue. Don't just post the photo, definitely make sure you add that location of the venue as well, because not only you're going to be under the hashtag, now you're going to be under that location. So if the bride is looking up her venue on social media, you may pop up. And again, I want to go back to the quality photos. That is really important, especially on Instagram. I know a lot of people, like I've seen a lot of people talk about marketing and how to grow on social media, and they just say, post every day, post as much as you can. And I agree, you definitely want to post a lot. You don't want to be posting once a month. That's not really going to do much for you. But you do want to make sure that you are posting quality content. You don't want to go for quantity over quality. You want to do quality over quantity. So you still want to post as much as you can, but you want to make sure they're actual quality photos. So that may mean investing in a camera. And if you are a makeup artist, even if you're a hairstylist, it's really good to invest in a camera. There's so many awesome cameras out there that aren't too expensive, but if you're gonna get a camera, I suggest, you know, definitely making it a decent investment, because it's something that you'll have for a long time. Now, a lot of phones have great cameras. Mine personally does not. I don't even know what model I have. Like, I'm so lame. I have the iPhone X, I think, or maybe XR. I don't know if it's just my phone in particular, but my phone does not take good quality photos at all. They always look blurry, especially if I take them through an app like Snapchat or Instagram. It just does not pick up detail, and I am very detail oriented, and I like for people to actually see the detail of the makeup in photos. So it's very important that I use a crisp quality camera rather than my phone. I will take videos with my phone, but I do not like to do photos with my phone. So pretty much 99.9% of the photos on my feed are done with my Canon camera that I'm actually filming with right now. So if you want to get noticed, or if you want to get clients or grow your social media, you definitely need quality content, hashtags, tag your location. And if you don't have clients yet and you're just starting out, use friends and family and take before and after photos. Make up your own little photo shoot. You know, maybe do their hair. Even if you're not a hairstylist, you could probably fix up the hair so it still looks good in the photo. You know, throw on, you know, maybe a cute top and take photos of friends and family. Moving on to the Knot and WeddingWire. So I've actually gotten a lot of people ask me about these two websites and if I think they're worth spending the money on. I go back and forth with them because, well, I've been on them for a long time now. I actually started off on WeddingWire, then I ended my contract with them, then I went to the Knot because the Knot was supposed to be much better than WeddingWire. Then the Knot and WeddingWire got bought by the same company. So now they're basically owned by the same company. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back on WeddingWire as well. So now I'm on both. I think like somebody contacted me from them and was like, hey, do you want to be on both, and we'll give you like a discounted rate if you're on both sites. So it made sense for me to go back on WeddingWire, but I do get more bookings through the Knot, I think. Now Now, I'm not gonna lie, they are a pretty big investment per month. It does depend on your contract with them, and what is included in your contract. If you go for the more basic level, it's going to be much more reasonable price wise, obviously, but there are little things you can tack on to make your business come up more. Like, instead of being on the 5th page, you're going to be like on the 1st. And those little things that you can add on to your contract definitely, you know, cost money. So it's not the cheapest thing per month. For me, it made the most sense to do the package that I have now to make it worth my while. Side note, if you guys are finding this video helpful, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. It really helped me out. But anyways, going back to the Knot and WeddingWire, in order to make it worth your while, definitely have your best photos on there, you know, and I suggest having a package where you do come up on the 1st or 2nd page, because how it works is brides go on there, they look up, you know, makeup artists, and it kind of goes by location. So it will, they could put in either the location of their venue, and if you're close to their venue, you'll come up, or if they're putting in their location, like where they live, because maybe they're getting married locally and you live close to her, you'll come up. I find not a lot of brides are willing to scroll past, you know, the first couple of pages. They're gonna see work that catches their eye, pictures that catch their eye, and most likely that's gonna be on the 1st or maybe 2nd page. They're not gonna wanna go past that. They're gonna go by what catches their eye the most. So you definitely want to have a good photo as your like profile pic. And the reason why I have stayed on there, it's not because I get a ton of clients from those sites. It's because they are very heavy in promoting reviews from couples. So I've been able to gather a ton of reviews from being on those sites. So that encourages people to book. Reason why I even talked about the reviews is because on the Knot and WeddingWire, you get a award each year if you get, I think it's 10 5-star reviews within that year. If you get that amount of reviews in that year that are that, you know, 5 stars, you get an award. So I've won, I have them here. So I've won 2019 Best of Weddings, 2020. I also won 2021, but the plaque hasn't come in the mail yet. And I also won on WeddingWire as well, but that's up there. I'm not going to get that. So that is one of the reasons why I stay on there, because you get these awards each year, and it just is nice to display in my studio. I feel like people always see it and they're like, oh, that's pretty cool, you got awards. It's just a nice little extra perk, and I feel like it makes people more excited to book you because, you know, you have awards under your belt. So I think it's worth being on those sites just for that. Oh, and the other reason is because it's just another way for people to find you. Aside from being able to find you on Instagram and your website, they also can find you on there. So for example, if they're looking up makeup artists near me or makeup artists in my area on Google, instead of your website just coming up, now your website may come up, your Knot profile, and your WeddingWire profile. So that's 3 ways, 3 links that they can click on that's gonna bring them to you, rather than just one link, which would be your website. Okay, next thing is Google Ads. I've talked about Google Ads before. I suggest if you're going to use Google Ads, do some sort of course or class that kind of coaches you through how to properly use it, because it can be complicated, but the basic version of explaining it is you basically pay for keywords, and you can run ads on Google using these keywords. So your ad may include the keyword bridal makeup artist. And you know, you allocate a certain budget for the ad. They typically do it by day. So like if you want to spend $5 a day for the next month. That's kind of how it works. But yeah, by having those keywords and paying for those keywords, what's going to happen is now if you have an ad running and a bride goes to search in Google for makeup artists in Arizona or whatever, you are going to come up above some other options because you're paying for an ad on Google. It's a little complicated. Like I said, I definitely suggest if you're going to use it, do some sort of class, because the thing is, you know, I've paid money to have a Google ad, and sometimes it works great and I get a lot of traffic from it, and other times if it's not done properly it can be a complete waste of money because you barely get anything from it. So you want to make sure you're picking the right keywords and the right wording in general in your ad. That's very important when it comes to Google Ads, because Google is very picky, and if it's not worded properly, your ad is just not going to show up and it's not going to get any traffic. So that's another way to promote your website though, is Google Ads. Ads on Instagram are super easy to use. It's really easy. You just have to be I think a business profile on there. You can promote any post. So if you want to promote a post that you just posted of, you know, a bride, there's literally a promote button. You press that, you figure out the budget that you want to spend. You would click whether you want the customer to go to your website or go straight to your Instagram profile, and yeah, it kind of tells you like a range of how many people are going to see it, and it's really straightforward. You know, some ads are going to do better than others on there, and I do find that if you actually want them to work, you do need to spend a little bit more than you would usually spend, because otherwise you just get a lot of random people seeing your ads and not actual potential clients. Like, you want, you know, actual potential clients to see it, not just like random people on Instagram. So, and you can do also ads on Facebook as well. Styled shoots are another great way to market yourself, and they're actually a really great way to network. So basically what it is, you just get a bunch of wedding vendors together, you plan a day to do a photo shoot. So you'd have a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a photographer, maybe a florist, a dress shop that would be okay with you borrowing some wedding dresses for the day. You maybe want to pick out a nice venue, and yeah, you just all collaborate, and you guys can all use the photos on your social media and promote each other. And it's just really nice because not only are you able to post the photos, but then also the photographer and the hairstylist and the florist are going to post it as well. So you're getting tagged in all those photos and getting exposed to all of their followers and all of their clients. So that's another good way. So that's like pretty much all I could say about marketing. That is what I've done. All those things that I've listed and talked about, that is how I was able to grow. So there's really not much more you can do. But I think with marketing, it does take a lot of time and effort, and it does take some money. Like those websites like the Knot and WeddingWire, they're not free. To run ads on Google and run ads on Instagram, they're not free. So, you know, it is going to take, you are going to need to spend some money to make money. And I've said that before on my channel, but it's true. You're going to need to spend some money to make some money. And yeah, basically, aside from all of those other things, if you're good at what you do and you have talent in makeup or hair, whatever it is that you do, you will get clients from that, and you will get referrals from that, which is great, because with referrals, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to spend any marketing money. That is like the best when I get referrals from past brides. You know, maybe their friends getting married and they email me saying, hey, so-and-so recommended you, or hey, I was a bridesmaid in so-and-so's wedding. Like, that's always a compliment to me, because it tells me that clearly I was good enough for them to want to reach out to me 1 or 2 years after their friend did. So yeah, if you're good and you're good with people, you will get clients. But again, it doesn't happen overnight. It does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and especially with social media. Social media is such a competitive thing, and there's so many people on there, so it can honestly turn into a full-time job if you want to actually grow on there and if you want to actually get clients from there, because you do need to stay on top of posting and hashtags and the right captions, and there's just so much that goes into it, so it can be very overwhelming. But I just try and be organized, and I try to plan out my posts. That's actually another good tip, is use an app where you can actually schedule or plan out your posts, because then you could just spend a couple hours planning everything out for the week, and then you don't even have to worry about it throughout the week because it's just going to post automatically. So that's another good thing to look into. I forget the app that I use. I think, let me see. Preview, that's a good one. It doesn't post for you automatically. You do have to post them yourself, but you can at least plan out your captions and plan out the order of, you know, what photos you want to go first and throughout the week. So that's another good app to check out. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of ways to kind of grow your bridal business. I mean, there's not much more I can really think of, but definitely, you know, have a website, have a logo, you know, have an Instagram, Facebook, and try out things like Google ads and Instagram ads. And honestly, if you're not on the Knot and WeddingWire and you primarily want to be a bridal artist, it wouldn't be such a bad thing to look into, because it is a good way for brides to find you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I know it was a lot of information, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section and I will be sure to get back to you. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.